This video is about installing NetBeans onto your computer. All I've done is I've navigated to the area in our Week 1 content under NetBeans Development Environment, and I'm going to click on the link to download NetBeans. The nice thing about this is also the Java development kit required to make this work. So one download gets me everything I need. First, you have to click on the Accept a License Agreement button. Then you simply find the version that applies to your computer. In my case, it's the Windows x64 version. So I'll click on that link. Now I'll need to save the file. I'll navigate to my Downloads area. And I already have a NetBeans folder, so I'll go ahead and put it there. If need be, you can create a new folder. Click the Save button. Now this is a relatively large file. It takes approximately 306 megabytes for the download, so it's going to take a little bit of time depending on how fast your internet connection is going. Now our download is completed, so we're ready to begin our installation. Just one last thing I want to point out before we leave this page. You notice that I'm using the latest version of this software, so all you'll ever do is whenever you click on that link, it should take you to this latest version. And it's always a good idea to download the latest version. So I saved that file in my download folder, so I'll go find it. And I put it in the NetBeans folder right here. And I simply double click on it to start the installation process. Now it takes a couple of minutes for it to prepare. Once it's done that, there's a few questions we'll have to answer, and then the installation will be complete. So here you see, again, it verifies what version we're using. Asks you what directory. I usually just accept the defaults there. That's no big deal. If you want to, you can always place it in a different area. Now it begins the installation process. Now, as you can see, after the installation process, it has to go through and clean up after itself. That takes another minute or so. Now it asks you if you want to contribute information for debugging or something along those lines. That's up to you. I typically don't participate in those kind of situations, but that's a personal choice. And then finally, you click the Finish button, and your installation is complete.